Imagine if Joe Rogan just left his guests, sat there, looking like a lemon. So what do you think's coming then?
My next one, my prediction for the next 5 years is credit rating dating. So I think, right, I've mused over this before with my girlfriend actually about like, what if you integrated an API with like Experian or like, what's the other one?
Yeah.
Equifax. That's the thing that Score use, right? I think. So what if you integrated their records with like Tindr or whatever, or Bumble, and then you could see a little sort of like health rating rag status on the right hand side of the person, so they couldn't get a green or an amber unless they, you know, didn't have CCJs or they didn't have. And I sort of thought about this, and I was like, okay, so here's my first thought about it: is if, and I actually, when I said this to Lucy, she was like, well, I don't think that's a good idea, because if that had been out when you and I had met, I don't know if I would have gone out with you. Because I was in such a fucking state. Yeah, like, I mean, I had debts coming out of my arsehole. And you know, thankfully I've managed to, you know, over a long period of time, managed to sort them out. But if she had seen like a rag status next to my face, probably would have, I don't know. So like,
can't you do that in America already?
I don't know. Not sure.
I've seen it. I don't know if it's just in a film. I remember watching some chick flick and they did a credit check on someone. I don't know if that's legal or not. I don't think you can do a credit check on other people here. But I don't know if that's a thing in America. It might just be a thing in the movies. But
I'm really torn on it, Daz. Because, you know, I've been in the shit with credit for most of my adult life. As I'm sure a lot of people do. You know, you live in your overdraft, you put something on your credit card, and then before you know it, you have to pay 30 quid a month for the interest on a credit card and whatever.
I'm the opposite. I haven't. I don't have credit. I've never used credit cards. I had credit when I was like 19, 20, got in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Thought, fuck, paid it off. But because I haven't had any kind of loan or credit for like 15 plus years, the banks won't give me a good credit rating.
Yeah,
like
that's the funny thing.
I'm thinking, I thought I'd been really good. I've always lived avoiding credit. I've never had loans and credit cards. So I go to a bank thinking, hi, I'm Darren. Can I have a loan? It's like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, you get.
I've heard like that when you pay off your like lease or like your car loan or whatever, the next month after you've paid it off, your credit rating goes down because you don't have any trackable like credit responsibilities that they can go like, okay, he or she is keeping above. So I mentioned that Lucy was like, you know, I don't know if you and I would have got together if I'd had some like little rag status next to your face. But then on the flip side, so that there's a part of me that's like, well, yeah, I suppose so. But then there's a part of me that's also like, if you put yourself in the shoes of the 10,000 women out there that this probably happens to, maybe more than that, probably more than that, but where they meet a guy on Tinder or Bumble, and they go out for a drink, they go out for 2 drinks, 3 drinks, then they fuck him, and then, you know, they're seeing each other, and then they talk about moving in with each other, and this whole time he's been saying like, yeah, you know, I run my business, or, you know, I've got a job, and yeah, I guess it might be nice to buy a place. You know, he's just, because he wants to keep fucking her, so it's just carrying on, and then when it finally gets to like 7 months or 8 months in, and then he moves in with her or she moves in with him, and then he actually, you know, begrudgingly, after a couple of drinks, and she's constantly prodding him and saying like, well, why don't we go to the bank, why don't we, and finally he says like, all right, like, fine, I've got huge credit problems like that, but by that point she's too deep. She's too deep in, so she's like, well, I suppose I could like help him sort it out, and like, it's going to be like 2-3 years of him, and then, you know, 7 years for his credit rating to recover, like. And I think of situations like that, and I'm like, this would solve that for so many women. And it's like, I'm not a huge male feminist kind of guy, but it's like, it is a bit shitty that kind of shit happens. And I say that as a guy, like,
yeah, definitely.
You know, like if Lucy had known, would she have gone out with me? I really don't know. But is that like, that's not her fault. That's, you know, I should have been.
But well, I'm approaching 40, and honestly, when I'm dating, I'm on Tinder, I'm single, and it's a concern. I don't have money problems, but at the same time, I will struggle. Well, yeah, I'll struggle. I'll struggle because I don't have a life of credit. So, and but I'm talking to people, and a common thing is when you're talking to someone new on Tinder, it's like, do you own your home? No. I hate having to tell them, no, I rent. And it's like, it's already a stigma. And I think, what you say, I think like what you're offering or what you're suggesting, I think it would be very, very popular, but you would end up with like a class system of all the good credit rating people conjured together.
Yeah.
And then all the losers who can't get a loan together. And I think,
it kind of, it would kill off the idea of this sort of romantic, like, you know, I could be something. I could be better. Just believe in me, like that sort of thing. And then the woman's like, "All right, I believe in you. You've got something. Let's fucking see what you can do." Yeah. It would kill that.
That'll be missed. That'll be missed. I've had a couple of friends who have they've maybe sort of been in some dark days or something, and they've met someone, and the fact that they've met that woman makes them want to be better. And then over the year or two, when they're first with them, they do turn themselves around because they don't want to let this love of their life, they don't want to let her down now because they've got this person in their life. I think your idea would basically kill that off, all these guys that will never have the inspiration to be better versions of themselves because the people they're going to end up matching with are also going to be fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like, should we just rent out a shit house together? Like, it's just like, fuck it, let's get a bed set. You know, we can't afford anything else. Like.